I'm telling you, he was resurrected by the Minbari because he actually took out the Great Council somehow in like a suicide run.
Where were you when the ambassador's ship was docking?
I don't think I like the tone of your question, Mr. Garibaldi.
As of 2 hours ago, I've got full diplomatic access, so like I said, where were you when the ambassador was docking?
Could I have another, please? The same.
That is a
gorilla.
I was in the casino, at the gaming table. A man named Del Varner offered to cover my bets. Thank you. Put it on his tab. Do you know why I am here? To grovel before your wonderful Earth Alliance, in the hopes of attaching ourselves to your destiny. What are those fish called on your planet that attach themselves to sharks?
Remoras.
He's calling Earthlings sharks?
You make very good sharks, Mr. Garibaldi.
I guess so.
We were pretty good sharks ourselves once.
So I guess his empire is fading.
We forgot how to bite. My God, man.
Vegeta has coin if you have. Vegeta has where for coins.
Wow.
See the great Centauri Republic. Open 9 to 5. Earth time.
That's gotta suck, dude. Knowing your people are reduced to a tourist location.
Yeah.
After being like great conquerors.
He's like the Romans.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty shark.
So they want to make an alliance with Earth.
Yes.
Well, how about some coffee? It's fresh. Grounded about an hour ago.
Coffee? Fresh ground coffee? Where on earth?
Not Earth. Here.
That's probably worth a fortune.
But that's...
Against regs, I know. The garden is to be used strictly for grains, fruits, and vegetables. And if you report me, you can't have any.
I didn't see a thing.
That's probably amazing. Can you imagine? As big of a coffee fanatic that I am.
Dude, could you imagine having salt in space? Because space stations don't have like actual salt. They have liquid salt and liquid pepper. Otherwise, it'll float around.
He'll die unless we find out what happened in that airlock.
I know.
One person knows exactly what happened. The Master Kosh himself.
Oh.
No. Out of the question. The Vorlons would never allow Kosh to be scanned. They'd rather let him die first.
That's why we won't tell him.
What? These people here are breaking all rules. Why don't you get the telepath?
She's very pretty. I know this is off topic.
No, she's gorgeous. I guess the Vorlon, apart from they fear them, or any retaliation from these people.
I haven't broken the rules in a long time, Doctor. So I guess I'm about due. Count me in.
It just seems like this is all setting up something major.
I really think the Vorlon don't want him to be scanned or anything about him because they just want to stay with that secrecy. Because the secrecy is kind of like a veil of protection in a way, but also a hindrance in this scenario. Because on one hand, the Nar, who's a regime, can't conquer them because they don't know about them.
Especially the anatomy.
Exactly.
But someone knows enough to poison them.
It takes years to train for a P5 classification, and half of those who try burn out or end up vegetables. I'm not going to throw all that away.
I have a B5.
I did call it to be scanned.
Yeah.
If I were in their position, I'd have a cruiser standing by in hyperspace right now just waiting to attack us. Thousands would die. And after us, who knows how many more.
So they're that badass, the Vorlon.
Well, they don't even know what the Vorlons are.
That's not fair.
No, it's not. But that's what we're stuck with.
But they could be like the Reavers. They're that strong, even though no one's seen them. They know they exist.
But we know that they're an ambassador. There's an ambassador, so they obviously have a system of government.
There's definitely room for diplomacy.
And there's 5 federations. We have the Vorlon, the Darlene's old one, the Nar, the Centauri, and then Earth Alliance. So
Turns out one alibi I checked out doesn't hold up.
And the Vorlon might have like some kind of genetic makeup that just blocks them from telling.
Record shows no indication of the malfunction you mentioned.
That's impossible.
Unless someone altered the computer records, or there was no malfunction.
Huh? In the elevator. It was sabotage.
So it's somebody on the inside?
Yeah.
Knowing your work, I'd hate for us to end up on opposite sides of an investigation.
I won't be surprised if that guy, Vern, is part of all this.
I think you're right. But...
And this has been here for a while.
I can't see him through this encounter suit.
Trust me. It's better this way. Just do what you can.
Another thing that I'm worried about is they have a technology to read psychic capabilities on Earth, which was that PSI thing? Or PSI. What if the Vorlon encounter suit has that? And right now is recording everything.
We're gonna...
Shielded.
Is there any way to intensify contact?
Yeah, there is.
A barehanded?
I guess so.
She's that powerful?
Well, she's a P5 certification, apparently.
He may be grateful that they save him, if they do save him.
Maybe.
You know, against whatever this government wants, they would rather him die before any of this takes place.
It snaps down on her hand.
Imagine.
Feeling that.
Ambassador Kosh, welcome to Babylon 5.
It was Sinclair?
Get her out! Right now!
But he wasn't It couldn't be. Am I wrong? Was it him?
Can you hear me?
I'm expecting to hit a pop any minute now.
Who did it, Lita? Who poisoned the ambassador?
He did. He's the one. He tried to kill the ambassador.
Why would he do that?
World War? Well, intergalactic war? It does make sense that he'd be able to do that, though, because...
He's the guy. He's the main guy.
Commander Sinclair, in the last hour I have been in communication with the Vorlon government. They've asked that the investigation be taken out of your hands for reasons of conflict of interest.
Obviously, he has to agree to this. Because if it refuses it, that's an all-out war. How is he going to run an investigation if he's the suspect?
Yeah, and we already know that...
Babylon 5, we can't let that happen.
I understand, Senator.
Could there be an alien that takes the form of other people?
Like a shapeshifter?
Yeah.
Principal Weems?
You know?
You're just gonna cave in and let them do this to you?
I have my reasons.
He has to!
Here and do nothing while they railroad you?
He has to!
The safety of Babylon 5 is more important than any one member of her crew. Am I clear?
I love this guy.
He's right, though.
Yeah,
He's entirely right.
But that alone shows his innocence.
We already know, as soon as Babylon 5's neutrality is gone, immediately, Centauri are gonna go with, Earth Alliance.
Oh!
Ooh, that's not good.
It's this guy. It's this guy.
Yep. The Vorlon would probably march up with the Nar and go against Earth and Centauri. The Centauri.
It's me, Eric. Remember?
Earth.
He did kill that guy then. Remember that earlier?
You got it.
You said you were finally able to analyze the poison. What kind was it?
Fluorescein only comes from one system that I'm aware of. The Damocles sector.
Were you aware that the commander's woman recently returned from a trading expedition to the Damocles sector?
He set this up.
And that her ship, the Ulysses, docked at this station 20 minutes before the attempted assassination?
Damn it! Leave Carolyn out of this.
He did this. He did this.
I'm inclined to believe what you're saying.
Then I think it's about time you had a little talk with Mr. Varner.
But he's a shapeshifter.
Mm-hmm.
They reached a decision on the matter and asked me to cast their vote on their behalf. They vote yes. To convey Commander Sinclair to their world for trial.
Well, you gotta prove that.
Deportation is to take place within 12 hours.
I think you're right, too. I think he paid off,
Yeah, he must be out of the debt. Even though he hits those guys, those people. Someone did get shot there. I was right.
You were right. I thought the door just closed.
I was right. Well, when you said it, I believed you.
You see, Jacquard came to me to discuss my vote, huh? Jacquard offered me an exchange. My cooperation in return for evidence. Certain atrocities were committed by my grandfather. And if it were to get out...
Oh. They blackmailed them.
Listen, Jacquard had this planned.
If Commander Sinclair is a good man, I would hate to lose him.
He's gonna hang that over his head for a long time. He's gonna keep using that piece of tool about his grandfather.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. Truly sorry.
See, I really thought this guy was an asshole.
Yeah. It shows the different cultures of these people on like a huge display. Like it seems like the Minbari, the Minbari Federation is more of the observation type, like the abstain.
Because I think they have so much technology, they're so powerful that interfering can change the course of history.
Probably.
Or the course of the way it should naturally unfold.
Progress, yeah. And then we see like the Nar, which is like
they're angry.
Yeah.
And probably rightly so.
Sorry.
The Vorlon have every reason to be angry. And the Nar regime seems like they've been playing everybody at the same time, if it is them.
But they're trying to get one up on everybody right now.
The biggest battle of the Earth-Minbari War, and you never told me.
Ah. So he's a soldier from that war. And they surrendered to Earth.
Why'd they surrender to Earth, though? If they're so far ahead.
And what his relationship was,
Elaine.
We had to stop them.
Hold the line. Go and get through, no matter what.
No matter what it cost. My team was blown out of the sky in less than a minute.
Jesus.
I guess I blacked out from the acceleration.
Did the Minbari resurrect him?
They told me the war was over. The Minbari had surrendered. We didn't stop them, they stopped themselves. And I wish the hell I knew why.
I want to know about the line. I really...
And why did the war stop?
How did they play... Like,
and
what type of man in the high castle type BS are we hearing? Like...
And why does he have this relationship with Elaine?
I'm telling you, he was resurrected by the Minbari because he actually took out the Great Council somehow. In like a suicide run.
What are you doing? Stop! You'll kill him! Oh.
That was a little over the top.
Ooh,
did he just kill her?
He's wounded, though.
Someone please tell me what the hell is going on around here?
That backslap was a little not started.
Kill him!
Oh! Hey, Macarena! That was definite 90s CGI.
We have to forgive those when they come in.
Yeah. But the practical effects are amazing.
Yes, I agree.
I feel like I'm on a Universal ride.
Spot investigating a drop in oxygen pressure. Almost took out the repair crew before they could disable it.
Looks like a transport of some kind.
I just want to know, what does Ambassador Jakar, how does he gain from all this?
Well, he wanted to. For his first gain was trying to get with the Minbari Federation to obviously take down the Centauri. But if he can't get the Centauri, then he's going to take down Earth, so that way he can expand the Nar regime. Because it seemed like conquest is only on his mind.
Ben says he's been dead at least 16 hours, but according to a couple of his co-workers, they say they saw him just recently.
Each federation has their kind of own humanistic personality. Like the youngest one, which is the Nar regime, looks like they're young and want to prove themselves. The Centauri are obviously remorseful, the remorseful type that made a mistake. The Minbari are like the smart ancient type that has numerous types of technological advances, and Earth is kind of just like the even playing field right now.
But what about the mysterious Vorlon?
The Aztecs.
The Aztecs.
We don't know anything about them.
We're registering an energy surge at the jump point. Frequency matches the Vorlon ship that came through earlier.
Oh boy.
Must be the transport ship. Damn!
That's not a transport.
Oh, they brought an armada.
I think the commander's ride is here.
Dude, they came in deep.
What type of Russian Cold War are we watching right now?
Dude.
It's the Cuban Missile Crisis all over again. Dude, that's insane. They brought over a flagship and many, many, many battleships. Also, that rifle has to be largely inaccurate. Oh, well, he's dead.
Black jacket. Cut most of it. Go on. I'll catch up. Go!
Vorlon captain is demanding return of Commander Sinclair for transport to homeworld.
That's just a captain?
Having a signal from the commander's recorder. If we could broadcast that signal to the Vorlon ship.
I'm on it.
Dude, they came in deep. They about to destroy this whole Babylon 5
Dude, if
thing.
that's just the captain commanding that, I'm scared for what a general would command.
Tell him to get stuffed. Activate defensive grid. Screens for maximum. And get that recorder online now.
Ooh, I like her.
Dude, she's still a point.
Dude. What are we about to see? Says stuff it.
This makes me want to play
Twilight Imperium?
Yeah. Damn, Twilight Imperium right now.
Star Arms.
That's it, Star Arms, yeah. Oof. He's got a right hook.
Come on, Commander. Let's see if you can fight. I gotta know you can fight.
Listen, you were
There
on
you
the
go.
line.
Ooh, kidney shot.
Oh! Oh!
That's scary. What the?
I mean, that's one way to stop his shape-shifting.
Minbari's doing this?
Why?
Dude, they're charging up.
They're locking onto us and preparing to fire.
Where's that signal?
Online now.
Broadcast all frequencies. Let them see what's going on.
What on earth?
Why did you do it?
There is a hole in your mind.
Oh my god. He's wired.
Is he about to... I'm trying to find a proper word for this that's not going to be offensive. Is he about a suicide bomb?
Yeah. It looks that way. The server has. Holy cow!
Wasn't that their life support systems too?
I think so.
Dude, what the hell?
Oh yeah, they're out of control.
Status!
15-degree rotation. Station's tearing itself apart from the inside.
Configuration system's not.
Dude, this is a threat. This is a major threat. This is the ventilation pipe in the Death Star.
4, -2. Aft stabilizers. Small star reversed.
Infrastructure won't handle the strain. She'll blow apart.
Small star reversed. 2 and 2. Easy. Gentle.
-2. -1. +2.
Oh my gosh, she's a badass.
0, we're back in position.
What? I got goosebumps.
Respect.
I got goosebumps. This is the first episode. The Minbari. Your people.
You're all right. Do you need anything?
Coffee, 2 sugars, cream.
I know who has it too. We don't know why, because he'd kill himself.
What the hell, man?
You could come with me, Jeff. We could pull our savings and buy a bigger ship. We could blow this place.
I'll think about it.
I would have said yes. After what I've just been through, let's get out of here.
My people sold me out. All the ambassadors I had friendly relations.
A bomb went off 2 feet from me.
Some shapeshifter dude possessed me.
And by the way, she's had his back from the first minute.
Absolutely.
I mean, she loves him.
Yeah.
They're in love. Why not? I hope she doesn't die in later episodes.
Why would you jinx it like that? Why would you hurt me in this way? There are ways to hurt a man, but not like this.
I'm just saying.
You can tell the Volons that Ambassador Kosh is out of critical. The counter-agent worked even better than I had hoped.
Commander, may I speak with you?
Yeah, we need to talk to you. Dude, this could be like pretense to war. How
Dude, anytime she's with me, sniper, sniper, sniper.
Video.
Yep.
I regret that a Minbari was responsible for all this sadness. I recognize the markings on his face. I just received this file from my government. A full record of his travels.
Investigate. Jakar.
Just what did you see when you looked inside that suit?
God!
I have looked upon the face of a Volon, Laurel. And nothing is the same anymore.
So I guess I wasn't too far off.
I guess not. I thought it was a creature made purely out of light.
I'm pleased that the Vorlons have dropped all charges against you, now that the real culprit has been found.
I'm surprised you didn't ask about Delvarner.
I assumed he was simply another innocent victim.
Not quite. We checked his ship's logs, and apparently he spent a lot of time working for your government. A lucrative business running forbidden technology into Narn space.
Narn. I was saying Narn. My bad.
I believe the assassin was brought here on your supply ship. That's why they needed the changeling net before they arrived. A Minbari warrior walking off a Narn ship would draw a lot of attention.
With the death of Delvarner and of the assassin, you have no proof.
That's right.
But what does that have to do with...
With nanotechnology? Glad you asked. You've heard of it, haven't you? Machines too small for the human eye to see. You can even shield them, make them invisible to electronic detection. Like the one you just swallowed in that drink.
Oh. I was joking.
Latched onto your intestinal tract by now. What? Oh, it's nothing harmful, Ambassador. It's a location transmitter. And if anything should happen to Babylon 5, they have instructions to track down that transmitter and... Well, why spoil the surprise? If you ever endanger this station again, my people will find you, and the results will be most unpleasant. Look on the bright side, Ambassador. From now on, whenever you raise a toast to the good health of Babylon 5,
you better mean it.
You mean every word of it. Will you all please join me in welcoming to Babylon 5 our final representative, Ambassador Kosh of the Vorlon Empire.
I want to put my finger through the hole.
What a cool outfit, though. This.
I'm wondering if I cover up all the orifices, if he could still breathe.
Dude, you touch it, you get poisoned.
I touched, I get shocked.
Just before he died, the Minbari assassin looked at me and said, "There is a hole in your mind."
Yeah, he did say that.
He's been resurrected by the Minbari.
An old Minbari insult. Nothing you need worry about.
She's a bad liar.
She's lying.
There's a 24-hour period in my life that I can't account for. It happened during the war with your people. You wouldn't be holding anything out on me, would you, old friend?
Mm-hmm. She is.
Commander, I would never tell you anything that was not in your best interest.
That is not a yes or no.
We'll talk about this again one of these days.
She is really good with her words.
She's a diplomat, my guy.
No, but above and beyond. I like her, but she's a little too smart.
Listen, all I know is if this station goes down, everybody's going to be talking different languages.
Our docking based and ready to receive you.
No, this girl here's a badass.
Is
yeah,
she was ready to let loose.
Dude, yeah, she brought out heavily artillery.
She was ready to let loose.
She was going to light people up.
Dude, what a first episode. What an intro to Babylon 5.
Yeah, no, like this.
I am thoroughly impressed.
I'm thoroughly enjoyed by it. So far, we've been hitting gold, okay? Like these last few things we've been reacting to, yes. Gold after gold after gold after gold.
But this is something different, though. This is
a whole nother beast.
I really do love Firefly.
Yeah.
I really was sucked into this world, and this is a whole different level of storytelling.
Listen, we were the Mayflower, and we were looking for India and copper, and somehow we found a whole different planet.
Yeah, we did.
We left the ocean.
World.
Literally! In the form of a space station named Babylon.
Okay. First impressions. I felt the scope of this world. And it was big.
Yes.
From the get-go. It felt huge. It felt massive. It felt epic from the moment this show started. You know? I can see, and this is judging just off the first episode, that people were really into it. And we've been told in the comment section that the first season is like, meh, get through that, then it kicks off. I'm like, it kicks off?
Listen, this is the best sci-fi media I've had in a while. Besides Star Trek, I mean like current modern type sci-fi, this is the best thing I've had in a while. Because I can't think of anything else.
Star Trek, you have the ship.
Yes.
And the crew.
Yes.
And you're going, and the same thing was Firefly. You're shipping your crew. This is not a ship and crew. This is like
ship, crew, world.
We just saw a fleet.
Yeah.
Come out of nowhere. Like, okay, where's Sinclair at?
Not just
right now.
The political intrigue too.
Yeah, that got me.
Even when it was like a minor point, like a sentence they would say, we hooked onto it. And we started theorizing about these people. Like each and every one of them, because there's 5 different races. One we know nothing about. The other 3 we had little hints towards them that opened up these lines of world building. Like the line. I'm so interested in what happened in the line. Then the Centauri. I'm intrigued by that enslavement that they have.
I like the way they introduce every race, which is ambassadors and his characters. Plus, you also saw their motivation too.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, like there was no. I didn't feel like there was any waste of time in this episode. Like everything was gearing to something, and everything had a payoff.
Yes.
Everything had a payoff. You know. So apart from learning everybody, their roles, you also had this mystery of a possible murder.
Yeah.
An assassination attempt.
Yes.
Right. And it was mind blowing to find out. Like, okay, it was shape shifting. eventually, which I told the alien race, it wasn't an alien race.
No, it's a technology, a changeling net.
Oh, wow, that's even crazier. There was so much going on. For being 90 minutes, this went by so fast for me. Like, I didn't want to stand. I could have kept watching an hour and a half.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, what an intro to this, guys. I am blown away.
I got sucked in.
I'm not watching this with you. I am because you're at that nerd level with me. Right? Wow, the writing is phenomenal.
And every single character was so three-dimensional in their own ways. I think the only person throughout this whole thing that wasn't fully three-dimensional, which I was okay with because we really didn't need to hear his whole character, was the security chief, Mike. But even then, he had ground in the story. He had a purpose to being there.
And apparently he has luggage.
Yes.
Or baggage that we haven't even touched that yet.
Exactly. Like, he had a little tasting of his character arc, but we didn't need it at that moment. We just had that tasting.
Yeah, ready for that to blow up later on.
Exactly. We planted the coffee in the non-regulated planters.
I like Sinclair a lot. A lot.
Yes.
He's a bit of a badass. He's calm and collective. He's also very
cunning.
Apart from cunning, he's very approachable.
Yes.
Like, he's not mean. He's not a dick. He's working for this peace. This station is what he believes in.
Right.
Right? So he's open-minded to everybody. At the same time, he ain't playing around.
No, he's not.
Because
he's like...
we saw in the beginning when the drug smuggler came in, and he was like, we see you nearby, and we're going to blow you out of the sky.
Listen, he had a stern... It was calm, but the sternness in his voice, the commanding in his voice, and that ultimatum made you move. Like, it was like, I messed up. I really messed up. If I don't let this woman go, I'm gone.
I'm going to tell you something I like about sci-fi. You know, when I'm watching sci-fi, when I'm watching space shows, I always like to see a strong leader. You know, the person who's in power, who's in control. Even in this case was Ambassador Jakar. Even though he's not in control of the ship, but whatever he's representing, he's a strong character.
He's aggressive.
He's aggressive.
He's dominant. He's trying to dominate.
There's something he's trying to achieve, and he's going to do whatever it takes to achieve it. At the same time, he's also Machiavellian here. He planned this out in such a way. This was a game of chess.
Yeah.
That he was pulling off here. And there was no evidence to even get to him at this point. So even when this thing blew up, no pun intended, even when the thing blew up, he was still like untouchable. We cannot pinpoint them and having any role in this.
Yeah. And it was so far in like, he must have taken months and months to plan this, because even if he didn't get his first objective, which seemed like it was to go against the Centauri to get revenge for his people, he had other objectives. It wasn't like one thing. It was one stone, two birds situation, and he was going for that. But unfortunately, the stone missed both, because when you chase two hares, you don't get any.
I did not see a 90s show.
No, honest to God.
This did not show aging at all to me. Other than the occasional, the rendering of the graphic one. Other than that, and even then, I was so invested in the story that I even saw beyond that. Like that armada, that fleet that came in, the armada that came in, I didn't see any flaws in gravity. That was like a threat. Yeah. So, wow, this was so good. I can only imagine if these people are saying this gets better, and this story is complete.
Yes.
It has a beginning and it has an ending, and they're saying one of the best finales of all sci-fi?
Dude, that's gonna
be... Are you in, bro?
I'm in. And you know me.
We almost didn't see this today, by the way, guys.
I know, right?
We almost skipped on this today.
You know me well enough that I hate 90s CGI, and for some reason I can rarely see past it. In this, there was only one part where I went, oof. Besides that, I was so engrossed into this story that I couldn't look into the actual CGI. I was looking at the general story. It was right in front of me. It was right there. I was in it. I was trying to figure out how to save Sinclair. I was trying to figure out who was the bad guy, who's the antagonist, what's the plan, what's the scheme, what's the conspiracy. And then even at the end, when he cracked his wrist and jihaded, it was like, what the hell?
Like, what's going on? This was crazy. This was fantastic. I'm so happy we saw this. I got to tell you before, I was excited. Even before the show was starting, I was like, I'm excited to get into this. I really want to get into this.
Listen, I'm not going to lie. I was on the rails on this one. I was like, oh, it's going to be 90s CGI. I'm not going to look past it. But you know what? Maybe there's going to be... right into there. It was like a vacuum. It was a vacuum in space, a wormhole, and I just went right through it.
I'm pleased. I'm pleased. And you know what? The episodes are not that long. Other than this original first one, these are pretty quick.
Yeah, they're like 43 minutes.
These are pretty quick, so we can knock this out hopefully in no time.
Yeah.
And, we'll definitely like to hear a lot about the fandom and the fans of this show and what you have to say, but I'm going to beg you, no spoilers. Please. Because I don't want to hear a spoiler at all. All right? But golly, am I happy.
Oh my
this
God.
Made my day. This made my day.
Listen, this and Wednesday are both like sucking me in right now.
Just like you, I really wasn't caring to go watch Wednesday. And then it sucked me right in. You know, apparently you can tell by my outro how good how much I like it. But guys, listen. I think we can go on and on in this episode, and we do have to come to an end with this somehow. But with that said, I want to say that I am pleased that we are watching this. I don't know if it's because it's on HBO Max that the quality of the video looks pretty good. We read that somewhere that if you're going to watch it, watch on HBO because they have the best copy of it.
Right.
Happy to see this. And enjoy this 100%. And I cannot wait to get to eat up these episodes.
Listen, I want to say every single point in this episode, but I feel like it's going to be a 40-minute video just alone.
Yeah, we might have started a podcast.
Yeah,
just this, even though we're 20, 30 years too late for a podcast. I'm fine. To think that people already know that, we've been there.
Yeah. Like, you guys didn't realize that originally?
Yeah, we knew this already. You guys are late. You guys are stupid. But I can say this, at least. We sing without commercials. You got to deal with commercials.
Ha! You had to deal with like the Kool-Aid and the old WWE wrestling commercials.
Well, guys, this episode will be on our Patreon, unedited, our reaction. If you would like to see along with us, you can join us and supply your own copy for as little as $1 a month. The link is in the description. We also have merchandise that you will also find the link in the description as well. If you want to buy any of our gear, we will appreciate that. If you love what we're doing, guys, we ask you to please hit the like button, the subscribe button. If you want more of this Babylon 5 stuff, let us know and what you think and what you feel about this show altogether. And with the idea that this is going to be rebooted.
Oh my God, that's right!
This is gonna be. This is where I want to get. This is where I want
to
get
this
out of the way.
We gotta get this out of the way quickly.
We have to get it the way. Listen, I'm off the next 2 weeks, so we can probably take out 5 seasons in 2 weeks.
Dude, a season a day?
Jeez, but listen, happy to be watching. I can't tell you how excited I am watching the show. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We are R Nights. I'm Ray.
I'm Julien.
Guys, take care.